And originally we were supposed to go to Boracay, but we never ended up being able to go because I guess they closed down the island. We ended up going to Palawan instead, which I'm happy about because it was really, really nice. So since we had to rebook everything, we had to drive to an airport that was 3 hours away from Manila and then fly from there to Palawan, right? Yeah, so once we finally got to go there, I mean, I obviously was scared of the plane, but I think the thing that really calmed me down was seeing how beautiful it was.
Oh, like from looking out the window, right?
Yeah.
Blue and clear.
I've never experienced that before. I've never been to something like so beautiful.
I have.
Where?
Yeah.
Imagine you're like,
oh, Santa Monica. Oh, it's so pretty. Once we landed, it was extremely hot. Like even for the Philippines, it was really hot. Even walking from the plane to the inside of the airport, they had to give us umbrellas so we wouldn't burn.
Remember, I didn't even grab one.
You're too happy. You're too distracted by how happy you were.
Yeah, because this is one of the places that I've always wanted to go to. So from the airport, we had a shuttle pick us up to take us to the resort that we were staying at. I think we spent an hour just getting to the main town, and then from there we had another shuttle pick us up to take us to the loading station. Okay, so I am scared of planes, right? But Trey is scared of boats, and I learned that during this trip.
I'm scared of drowning.
I know, it's okay.
We've only discovered 5% of the ocean. That means 95. You don't know what's in there.
I know.
There could be a dinosaur or something in there.
But if you were to go like dive deep into the ocean and you just see like,
I don't even want to think
you just see like this big imprinted face, and it's me like,
can I grab it?
There's this one clip that I saw. I don't even know what you were saying because the audio got messed up, but I knew you were saying something like you were scared. Look.
That's my scared look. I don't get scared of things a lot.
When he's scared, it's like, it's not funny, but it's like you'll just be like,
I'm talking to myself.
Like as if you're gonna fight somebody. Like, who are you gonna fight? The water?
Yeah.
Like, so me being super excited. I mean, obviously I tried to be there for him just like he was there for me on the plane.
We're not gonna talk about my fears like this. Okay. I can swim.
I mean, I totally understand why that was scary though, because looking back at the clips and stuff, at some point the water was just like dark and scary.
They said when the water is like blue and light, it's like not deep, but when it's like that dark blue color,
oh, it's deep.
It's deep.
Yeah, and then the boat wasn't a big boat either. The scary part though was just the fact that it was like a 30-minute boat ride, and that's a long time.
I've never been so quiet for so long.
I know, and I was over here like, hey, take a picture of me.
There's this little daredevil ass girl who's like standing, because you're supposed to be seated. They give you seats to sit down, but she's like, no, I'm gonna sit at like the front of the boat and I'm gonna sit on the ground because I don't care. She's like, take a picture. And in my head I'm just like, nah, you're gonna fall off. I'll do it again if it was a more like a
yacht type of thing.
I'll go on a yacht.
Yeah, that's true. Like, this is a pretty small boat. So we ended up finally getting to the resort, and once we got there, it was just so freaking beautiful. There's honestly no other word to explain it. Like, I have never seen water that clear before.
And you've been to Hawaii.
Oh well, okay, Hawaii, but it's just different because this is like my place. Like, this is where I'm from. Like, I'm Filipino, and it's like I've always wanted to go to Palawan and Boracay and all of these different islands because that's like my culture.
You did your research. Like, you researched the island up and down before we went.
Yeah, for a whole month before we left, I would just constantly be researching this place and just finally be there and see it. All the things that I would see in the videos and the pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm here. And I just felt so thankful and blessed to be there. The resort was very nice. It had like these little hammocks that you can sit in right by the beach.
It was very secluded too. It was very like quiet, secluded. It was just very, very peaceful. So our rooms were like these little huts. Like right when you walk out, like your first glance at like whatever it is the beach. And it's like the nicest thing. The setting was just great. Just imagine, wake up, the first thing you do when you go outside is just the beach.
Yeah, I think the first day we just, what did we do? Oh, the first day,
Oh yeah.
What is it called? The kayaking. Okay, story time. The first day we just spent it, you know, enjoying the beach, relaxing. And the resort offers this snorkeling thing. So about, I don't know how many feet in, but it was really far. There's this floating house and you go there by using a little kayak.
That you have to row yourself.
I was super excited because I was like, yeah, let's go. I've never been snorkeling before. We start going. I don't know why the wind started to pick up right when we left, but it did. You know, like he said, he has a fear of
deep water.
After this experience, I feel like maybe I do too. Okay, say the floating house was here. We were like right here, and then slowly we'd be going this way
to the middle of the ocean. Remember how I said about like the dark parts of the water, the deepest parts? So this whole time we were floating over the light parts, which aren't deep, they're shallow. You can see the ground. Because like for some reason our boat wasn't turning. See it start to move and we start touching that dark part.
Huh?
So you could just film instead of having to paddle.
No, I got it.
Look, now we're going around. Turn more, please. And in my head, I was like, oh, this is it. But her, she's calm, she's collected, which I commend you for. You're a very brave person.
Aww.
So,
well, you're like that on the planes. I freak out on the planes, and then you freak out on boats.
So we started going in towards the deep blue water part.
And we have footage of this, by the way, so.
And like, I just start panicking. We're at the part, we're deep. And her, she's still calm. She's like, we'll be fine, just row, we'll be okay. She was trying to be as calm as possible.
I was like internally freaking out though.
Which I get, because like if one person freaks out and another person freaks out, it's not gonna make it any better. But I was still freaking out. Oh no. Turn more, please.
There we go, we're straight. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're turning again.
Oh no. At one point, I think I start to freak out too. Babe. God, please help us turn at the same time. Ready? Oh my God. Okay, straight. Oh yeah, so I had the GoPro with us and I left it down because I wanted to get like, you know, like cute little.
But really, it was like, oh no.
Oh my God. His brother-in-law was also on another boat. I guess they ended up sinking.
We look off and we see the boat just slowly start to go downwards.
And like their bodies are sinking.
Yeah, and we were like, I think they're fine. But then we're like, our boats don't do that. They don't go down. So then we're like, ah, damn.
And I think that's why I started freaking out because I was like, okay, they just sank and we're going this way. Like, I started overthinking like the worst, like, oh man, like, I think I ended up screaming for help. Somebody was helping his sister, so I was like, hey!
You started doing that, ha! Ha!
But they weren't coming! And then I think
they gave us the thumbs up, like, yeah, you're good, you're fine.
Yeah, so then we ended up figuring it out. And I think the reason why we were messing up is because we were putting the paddles in too deep. And I think when you do that, you go faster. But what we just needed to do was like do this. And that would turn the boat. But instead we were going like this. But that's because that's what I would see on TV. The competitive swimmers, they're like,
I know.
So yeah, so we ended up figuring out how to do it. And then we got there to the floating house and there are no fishes.
Nice.
But it was still really fun, right?
It was still really fun. I want to take my life vest off.
Oh, you might drown.
How do I press it?
It's recording.
Me? Hi. Dapat meron.
But yeah, so then we ended up paddling back and the same situation happened again. We knew how to fix it this time,
Yeah.
so we ended up getting back. I don't know. Oh my God. This is so freaking scary. But we're back. Hey guys, we just went snorkeling and that was like one of the scariest experiences of my life. What his brother-in-law saying, these are really hard to use. Like these paddles, like it is no joke. It's a lot harder than it looks, huh?
Arm workout.
That was so scary, guys. Wasn't it hard to paddle?
Especially when your boat breaks on you.
I ended up renting a paddle board, and then some more scary stuff ended up happening with that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm taking my dog with me. Let's go. I think it's because we rented a beach ball and the beach ball ended up like getting
too far.
I think like I was on the paddle board, like the wind started taking me towards the direction and you were like, oh well, since you're there, can you go get the ball?
Since you're there, get the ball back. Hey, get the ball.
And then the wind just wanted to like
whoosh.
It just kept pushing me and pushing
I remember you, babe.
me. Let's go inside. Let's go
this way! Start paddling! See, you're like, your body's getting like smaller. I never swam so fast.
I know, I commend you for that.
I turned into like Michael Phelps real quick.
We came to rescue the ball.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh no! Grab it, grab it! Babe, we're gonna fall, we're gonna fall, we're gonna fall. Oh.
Anything for Palawan.
You can do it! I'm scared! Go! But on the plus side, look at this view though. But look how far we are from the sand. You got this, my love. Since they're having some quality time together, are you having fun?
Lots of fun getting stranded with you.
Maybe if I like go like this.
Yeah, anything.
It's just a bit scary because there's like no people on this side. So it's just us and it's like, what if,
Sorry.
Ah!
Oh no.
Ah! My slipper! My slipper! My slipper! Oh my gosh, like what a scary first day that was.
But
it was really fun. It was so fun. So we ended up getting some sleep that night. Woke up the next day. I was super excited because the next day was the day of the tour. And on the tour, you go on this boat and they take you through all the different islands. So I'm like getting well rested. I charge all my battery packs. I get everything ready for the next day. I'm like ready to go. And then what happened? We woke up the next day and then look outside and I just see nothing. Just gray. Because there was a freaking storm. A freaking storm happened. Which, you know, if you're on an island, not good.
That's the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, and I started getting really sad. Like he said, I researched this place up and down like a whole month. Every single day I would go and I would look at pictures and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I started thinking, oh, we're not even gonna be able to go because of the storm, right? Because that's a safety hazard to be on a boat, on a tiny little boat, like 5 people.
And the waves were getting higher, like the tide was getting higher.
Yeah, so I was like, oh no, but the workers there were like, it didn't even faze them. And they were like, oh, no, let's go.
Yeah. They're like, well, I guess it's gonna be a little bit harder to row.
It kind of sucked because, you know, expecting it to be like sunshine, cloudy, like in all the videos that I would see. It's raining. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Ow! It's okay because we were still able to go and we still had so much fun. Kind of made the experience better too because it was like, it was in the soaking rain, like the pouring rain, which is like interesting.
So basically the island tour was like, they took us on a boat, like the same boat we arrived in, and they took us to like different parts of the island.
I think it was 5, right?
Like about 5 parts of the island, and they were all like really, really nice. Without the sun, it was still like extremely nice. Hi mama, what are you doing? They're filming a movie over there.
So we're gonna be in a movie?
No.
My first movie! Are my brows coming off?
This stuff goes in my nose. So after the tour, we ended up coming back to our room. It was actually our last full day on the island. And it was kind of sad. It was bittersweet because it was raining, but we were still having a really good time. We wish we stayed longer. Yeah, and then the next day it was sunny, which was the day we had to go back. And then from there we flew back to Manila. Yeah, spent a few days in Manila. And then we went to where her family's from. We went to her family's province. And then there, like, it's very like countryside. Like the weather over there is like a lot nicer. Her family's just very, very welcoming. So like right when we got there, her uncle, which by the way is like one of the funniest people I've met, I ended up learning Korean in the Philippines because of him, instead of learning the actual language. But and her uncle just took us like everywhere. He took us to like the malls, he took us to eat, he cooked for us, him and his wife, and they were just, it was just a whole bunch of hospitality. And your grandma was there, and your grandma was like super duper sweet. I remember her saying one thing, and we can cut this out if you don't want it. But I remember her saying like, because she took one look at us, because we were standing in her room, but we were just standing like to ourselves, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere she goes, I hope you two last forever. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
And it was like the sweet, because we weren't talking to her, but she just like said it out of nowhere.
Lola knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was really sweet. It was really nice seeing her because the last time I saw her was 10 or 12 years ago. It's just so cute because she even had all of my old baby things. And she told me that she keeps like all of her grandchildren's things because I don't know, it just makes her feel good having their
energy.
babies. I think that that's super cute. And while we were there, everybody was just so nice. I remember they taught you how to make ube.
Yeah, I was in the pot.
Literally.
Yeah, her uncle took me out to like the marketplace, and like that's where we kind of bargained for whatever we needed. So we got the actual ube, which is like we got, it was like this yam. We had it like made into like a form that we could cook, and then we got all the sweet stuff to add into it.
Alright, you guys, so the last camera died, so we had to switch to our other camera, and we can't see ourselves with this camera. So we're just hoping that you guys can see us. If it gets blurry and stuff, we're really sorry. It always happens to us. It's because we talk too much.
Yeah.
So picking up where we left off, go ahead.
By this time, we're already in her family's province, and again, her family was so welcoming and nice.
It was also very bittersweet for me to be there because I feel like I don't really have, well, not to say that I don't have family here, but I'm just not close to them like that, so it was very nice.
You're also not used to having like a lot of family members too, because you were an only child for like a really long time.
My Lola ended up throwing me a going away party since I'm never there, and I was so nervous for it at first because I was like, who's gonna show up? Nobody's gonna show up. Remember I kept telling you, I was like, what if no one shows up to my going away party? But no, a lot of people ended up showing up, and I got to meet a lot of people, which was really cool. I just like it there because just being able to be around that was just so nice and different for me because I'm not used to it. And it was just nice seeing them after so many years. And they were singing karaoke. We had a lot of good food.
One of your cousins like interviewed me, and he started playing guitar. He's like, do you know this song? Do you know this song? So everybody there was really uplifting. It was very welcoming. It made us want, like, for sure want to come back.
Yeah, I definitely want to come back soon.
Yeah.
And then the number one thing that I thought was so sweet is my grandma made these little invitations for my going away party, and the picture was my 8th grade graduation photo, and I just thought that it was so sweet, and it said Alyssa Lauren's going away party.
So we stayed at like this bed and breakfast type of thing. It wasn't too far away from like her uncle's house.
Yeah, so my uncle would always come to pick us up and then bring us to my grandma's house every day, and we would just, you know, do different things. He would take us out to eat. He would show us like different malls and stuff like that. And I think the number one thing that I really liked about staying there was just being able to spend time with my family. Like, do you remember he would always ask us like, oh, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
Do you want to go here? Let's go. But I don't know.
Yeah, we never really pointed a specific place. We kind of just like being around them. Seeing you there, you were very, very comfortable and happy. Meeting them was a big deal for me too, because then I get to see where she's from and where like her family came from. Seeing her family, like, it made so much sense to me, and like they're what make up her beautiful personality, because they're all so much alike.
Thank you.
Where her family's from is like 2 hours away from where my family's from.
Yeah.
Because my family's like more from the main city. Yeah, towards the end of it, me and her uncle were like best friends.
When we were in Manila, we were spending a lot of time with his family too. In Tarlac and also in Manila. Do you remember what you told me? When you last visited, your uncle was like, oh, you need to come back with a girlfriend next time.
Yeah. That was 2014. That was 4 years ago.
And you did!
Yeah, I brought that up. So I was like, hey, last time you talked to me, you told me to bring a girl. And he goes, okay. That was it. He's like, you brought one. Cool. And he offered to drink again.
Is that the only reason you got with me? To bring someone to the trip?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice being there. Oh, his cousin and his cousin's girlfriend was so nice too. And this is really funny because I got to meet his dad, because his dad lives in the Philippines. He ended up taking us out, and he was driving. Starts cussing this guy out. He rolls down the window and starts cussing this guy out, and I was like, oh, and I look at him and I was like, oh yeah, you're like your dad. And I mean, well, you're not like that all the time, but I definitely see like similarities between you guys, which is nice. Yeah, it was super fun. He was super nice. And it's like, that was one of my goals too. I always wanted to meet his dad, but his dad lives in the Philippines, so I'm so glad that I was able to.
A bunch of other stuff happened on the trip. Being that like I'm willing to eat and try anything, my stomach wasn't able to handle everything I was doing. I was just eating everything that anybody offered me, and I just eat it, right? Because I was like, why not? I'm traveling, might as well. I'm on vacation. And so while this top half is having the the greatest time of his life. My stomach wasn't having it. All of a sudden, I just get food poisoning. I remember like the party starts like at 4 and it's about 3 o'clock or something like that. And I'm on the toilet. Thought to myself, I was like, yeah, we're not gonna make it. I just sucked it up and I got dressed, and then we get to the actual party.
And you're just
and you just see me
sitting the whole time.
And I had to make like a speech.
Yeah, and then I remember taking a picture of you, and I think you posted it on Instagram or like your story or something like that.
Yeah, it was on Instagram.
And people and like girls were like, "Ooh, yeah. Daddy, you look good."
I was in pain.
And then he was like right about to like shit himself during that time.
I was like,
But you look good though for being with food poisoning. We're trying to think of other stuff that happened off the top of our head, but it is a little bit difficult. I'm sure there's a lot more stuff.
Yeah,
it's just hard
sure.
to think about it right now. Oh yeah, we ended up going on this nice little
Ferris wheel.
We visited this volcano.
Yeah.
That's a Al volcano.
Volcano.
Wait, I'm like looking through pictures right now to see if there's anything else that we haven't thought of. And why do we look like best friends here?
Friends with a capital PH.
Oh, because Philippines! Friends! That was a good one! Cue dumb joke. Let's just go on another trip. Anybody want to send us on a trip?
Yeah. No, I feel like because we were still fairly new to YouTube, like we said. That's why some of the clips are like kind of wonky. We know it took 5 months.
But this is what we did on our trip. Hope you guys enjoyed.
We hope we didn't disappoint anybody. There was a lot that went wrong with the film, but that was our trip. We had a really good time.
So in conclusion, Alyssa conquered her fear of planes. You semi-conquered your fear of the ocean. Nope. We almost died.
But we didn't.
We learned that we don't know how to vlog.
At that time.
I learned that food tastes so much better when you're traveling. Philippines is amazing.
It's a beautiful place.
Whenever I talk about it with people, I always tell them that they have to go because it's just an amazing experience, and
it's one of those places.
Yeah, and it's where I'm from, so
it's a beautiful, beautiful place filled with wonderful people, and we would love to come back. So if anybody's trying to send us back,
we hope that you guys enjoyed our little travel vlog, our version of a travel vlog. We will definitely be going on more adventures,
and we'll do better.
And we'll do better. Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed watching. We actually have a lot more vlog clips, but like not at the Philippines, like from the summer. Maybe we should do what we did here, but for our whole summer, like a summer recap.
Like a summer recap. You got the ideas. We're just right.
But then again, we be saying stuff and then we like don't do it.
We're just right here. You and me.
So yeah, we hope that you guys enjoyed watching. We had a lot of fun filming this, and we had a lot of fun on our trip, so
stay tuned for the next trip.
Be sure to turn on your post notifications. You guys can be notified at exactly what time we post. Be sure to chat with us on all of our socials. We will leave it up here on the screen and down below in the description box. We love you guys so much.
And we'll talk to you guys some more. Awesome.
What?
We'll see you guys in the next video.
And we will see you guys in the next video. If you're still here, comment. What should they comment? How about spicy?
Spicy?
Yeah.
If you're still here, comment spicy.
We always take forever to end our clips. You guys don't see this, but we always talk so much at the end of the video, but then we just cut it down because we talk too much.
Yeah, we end up telling each other like right now, we're probably gonna tell each other while we're editing this
to just cut it out.
We talk like we have to stop talking so much, but we talk a lot.
We were filming it for like in total 2 hours, and this is probably gonna be like a 20-minute video.
Bye. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, that's enough. Wave. Stop.
Bye.